Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing great. This is me, Zuyina, EducationWali, student at Rehan School Online Academy Level 1 from 1.5 years. And today I'm very excited to join you for interview number 52. And this is podcast Elevate Talks with Zuyina. So we are doing interview with Wassimen. She is a Jewish a long time Jewish educator and interfaith activist who know life in Washington, DC. So, hi Lee, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Walaikum salam, and very nice to meet you, Zuyina.
Oh, you're
And
Muslim.
I'm Jewish, actually. I'm not Muslim, but I have a lot of Muslim friends. Thank God. Alhamdulillah, I have a lot of
Oh
Muslim
yeah,
friends.
oh
So,
yeah.
what would you like to know? Tell me. Ask me anything you want to know.
Okay, first of all, I give you the introduction, but I missed anything, so please.
Well,
So
my
please
name.
introduce.
I'll introduce myself. My name is Lee Weissman. I live here right near Washington D.C. For many years, I was an educator. I taught high school, so I taught
Oh,
10th through 12th grade for like 30 years. Mostly, I like teaching seniors. I like teaching older kids. Um, although I did teach 6th and 7th grade for a couple of years, and that was nice also. Um, and since then I've retired and I live here. I teach classes online for adults now, and trying to communicate with people. I like to talk to people. That's my favorite thing. My favorite thing in the world um, is is communicating with people. I love these technologies that allow us to be able to talk from two different sides of the world. When I was growing up, none of this was possible. When I was your age, when you wanted to talk to somebody on the other side of the world, you had to go and you had to make a long distance phone call that cost you $1 million, and you couldn't hear anything and you'd have to yell, hello, hello, hello. And so it's wonderful to be able to just talk to you like one person to another person and not have to go, hello, hello, hello. So it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me.
oh yeah, that's great. It's also my pleasure to have you here. And yeah, you will be right. And thank you, Immanuel, for this. And now my first question is that from you. Can you introduce yourself and tell us about your uh, journey as a Jewish educator? Introduce your journey about Jewish educator because in your intro I know it. I want to know it how is the work and all.
Okay. Well, I began I went to college here in Washington D.C., and then I went to graduate school in Chicago. And actually, I lived in India for a few years, um, and I studied South Asian languages. I studied Tamil, so I'm a Tamil speaker. And then I decided I wanted to change my profession, and so I wanted to go into teaching, and I got an education in Jewish studies, so that's my religious studies. So I guess I'm sort of the equivalent of like you would have in your schools, like a Molana, like somebody who, a Molvi, a person who teaches children or older children, and I started teaching. I also taught secular subjects. I also taught history at sometimes. So I taught both religious subjects and secular subjects. I liked doing that, actually. I liked teaching on both sides. And I started teaching because I wanted to help people think. On my, you're an education wali, so we'll talk about education. So education wali. On my first interview, the man looked at me and he said, "What's your goal in
Oh,
teaching?"
it's your first interview. Okay.
So my first
So,
interview was for a teaching job. I didn't know if I could be a teacher or not. So I went. There was a job in teaching, and so I went to this job, and the man asked me. He said, "Listen, like, what do you want to do in your teaching?" I said to him, I said, "Look, you know, I want to teach. I want to teach students to think, not to think like me. Right? My job is not to get people to think like me. I have one understanding of the world. I see the world a certain way. But my friend Zuyina, okay, in Pakistan, she's going to see the world in a different way. And my students are going to see the world in a
no, I'm
different
not
way.
from Pakistan.
Where are you from?
I'm not from Pakistan. I'm from India.
Oh, you're from India. Okay. Where in India are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Allahabad.
From Allahabad. Okay. So, okay, my friend's, from India. Okay. So she, she'll see the
Oh,
world different.
yeah,
She'll see the world differently from me, right?
yeah,
Just like we're
yeah, yeah.
born,
You are right. Yeah.
everybody is born with a different face, right? So if I walked into your room and I said to you, I said, Zuyina, change your face. Could you do it? Could you change your
Yeah.
face? You no,
No, no.
it's your face, right? Muk.
So I
Can
can
I?
change it, right?
Can you? No, it's your face, right? So the same way as people have different faces, they also have different ways of thinking. So to be a teacher, right, you have to realize that every student you teach has a different way of thinking. Every student you teach, just like they have different faces, they also have different ways of thinking. So when I was a teacher, that was the most important thing, was to teach students, help students learn how to think for themselves. Now you have to ask me more questions.
It was such a great answer, Lee. I'll get to that point. You are trying to say, like a face, we can also change our mind, right? This is our mindset. So, yeah, you are right. So, now my next question is from you. What inspired you to become involved in education and interfaith work?
Well,
Because
education, I was,
someone says, don't want to, this world is offline.
well, I'll tell you, when it comes to education, I was lucky when I was young to have some very good teachers. I had some very bad teachers also. All my bad teachers were math teachers. I don't know why. I'm sorry to any of the math teachers who are listening. I'm sorry. I apologize. But all my bad teachers were math teachers. But I had some good teachers, really good teachers. And so I've and I know those teachers had a very big impact on me. They made a lot of changes in me. They really taught me how to think, and they taught me, um, how to look at the world. And so I thought, well, this is the best thing that I can do, and I still think it's the best thing I can do. As far as interface is concerned, um, for me, I guess I've always felt like the world was one big family. As I said, I lived in India. I lived in the south though. I lived in Tamil Nadu, way in the south of India, for 6 years. Um, in Chennai and Madurai, I lived. And I got, I've had a lot of experiences to show me that we're one big human family. That we're not so different. You know, um, it's we're we're much more alike than we are different. And I wanted to bring a little bit more peace to the world. And one way to do that is by engaging with people from other religions.
Yeah, you are right on this point. That's great. So now my next question is that how long have you been working as a Jewish educator?
I was working 30 years, 30 years, which is like three times
Oh,
your.
30
Yes,
years.
I know. I look much younger than that. I know. No, I don't. I don't look much younger than that. But yes, I'm very old. Very, very old.
I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about your experience from since 30
Yes.
years. It's
Yeah.
look.
I know. No, 30 years. Yeah, I taught. Taught for 30 years. And I'm still teaching. So I guess maybe it's more than that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's 35 years. So I'm still teaching.
Okay. Yeah.
But now I
So
get to
my
teach
next
older
question
people.
is that
Yeah.
what has been the most meaningful moment in your career so far?
My most meaningful moment in my career so far. Uh, it's a strange one. Uh, when I was a teacher, I had a student who was a terrible student. Terrible. I mean, he was angry and he was upset and he would ask all these questions and he drove everybody crazy with his questions. And people would just tell him to, his teachers would tell him to be quiet because he asked too many questions. And um, I realized that he deserved to be able to discuss his questions. And so I started to meet with him and we discussed his questions. And I wasn't afraid of his questions. I wasn't afraid, especially in religion, right? People get afraid of questions, right? Sometimes religious teachers, they tell you, this is the truth, just do this, don't ask me any questions. This is what's written, right? Maktub, right? It's written. I don't have to tell you why it is or what it means. But I took time with him, and he is now, um, in himself, an amazing teacher. He's an amazing teacher. He teaches Jewish studies. He's a rabbi, and I'm very very proud that all I had to do was not give up on him. And so maybe that was one of my best teaching experiences. But really, I had so many. I mean, teaching, you know, I'm very proud of my students. My students, so many of them have become just amazing, wonderful people. So it's like you get to be a parent to all those children because you see them grow up. Sometimes I meet them with their children, and I get to see what kinds of wonderful people they've grown up to be.
Seriously, it was such a great, and your experience has been about as a parent, as a just educator. You're best in everything. May your experience, may Allah bless you. So my next question is that how did moving to Washington, D.C. influence your work and perspective?
I moved to Washington by mistake. Oh, I think I lost you. There you are. I moved to Washington a little bit by mistake. I lived in California. That's where I met Rehan, Rehan Alawala. I met him in California. He came to visit me,
Yeah,
and
it was US last time I. Oh yeah, last time to get US, so we meted you. Yeah.
yeah, so we met in California, and then I came here during Corona, during the COVID-19. I came here because my daughter was here and my sister was here. So I came to Washington, and I liked it so much that I decided to stay here. So that's how I ended up in Washington, D.C.
How it impact on your work?
Well, I retired. I stopped working in schools, and now I work online with adults, and just and it's been different. But I've now have a much quieter life, and I'm enjoying that. I have more time to talk to people, to do things like this, and it's been very nice to be here. And I love Washington. Washington D.C. is a beautiful city, and so I love living here.
Oh, that's great. That's so great to hear that. But still, you are currently in Washington D.C., right? So, okay. So tell me now. Let's ask some basic questions about your city, about your country. What is your most favorite country?
My most favorite country,
Yeah.
probably India. Probably
Oh,
Probably India. I love India. It was my second home for years,
please
and
come, India. I'm welcoming you.
I'll come. But I love India. I've been to almost every part of the country, and it's all, and I just like it so much.
Oh yeah, please come India. When you come, please just message me and I'll welcome you. Okay, so now my next question from you. What does being a Jewish educator mean to you?
What
Can I
does
come in
being,
2 minutes?
what was the question?
Can I come in 2 minutes, please? Just wait. Okay, let's do a break of 2 minutes here. Okay.
Thank you.
So everyone, we're back. Once again, I message her. So I think she is leaving here by the way. So when she come, I will add him on the stage.
Hello.
Sorry,
I thought I
someone is
lost
not
you.
right. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, no. Actually, someone is knocking my door, so I just go.
Uh-huh. Got it.
By the way, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just leave this to give. Oh, our, let's start again our communication, right? What does being a Jewish educator mean to you? I'm on this question.
Ah, that's what does it mean to me? It means to me that I have
Yeah.
so because because I teach in religion, right? Being Jewish, I teach a Jewish religion. Because I teach religion, it means that whereas other teachers teach people information, right? They teach people information. I don't just get to teach information. I get to teach how to live and how to be a better person. And so that I feel like that's a special privilege. I get to teach a part of the person that many teachers don't get to experience. Right? If I were a
Math
math
is
teacher,
everything, right?
if I'm a math teacher, I'm not going to get to talk to students about how to be a better person, how to be a better parent, or how to be a better husband or a better wife or a better citizen, right? But because I teach religion, I have the opportunity to do that, which is to me a great privilege.
Okay, that's so much great. So now my next question is that from you. Now, please, can you tell me what values do you try to teach your students the most?
Um, I think the most important thing I ever teach is how to think. I teach, I teach, I try to teach students how to see one thing from many perspectives. You know, if you have if you have a coin, if you have a little coin, right, a rupee, right, a little rupee coin, and they probably don't have rupee coins, ten rupee coins, uh, and you have a coin, and if you hold it this way, it looks like a circle. If I hold it this way, it looks like a line, right? If I hold it straight like that. So things look different from different perspectives. So the best thing you can do is to teach somebody how to see things from different perspectives. Sometimes we only see things straight away. We only see things from one perspective and we miss a lot of important things. So um, the best thing I can teach is how to, right? How to uh, how to see things from different directions.
Okay, that's great. So now my next question is that how uh, what does interfaith dialogue mean to you?
Uh, it means being able to open your heart and learn something. I mean, the only reason we talk to other people, right? The only reason why you and I are talking today is because maybe I know something you don't know, and maybe there are things that, and there are things that I know that you don't know, and things that you know that I don't know, right? And so we learn from one another. So, so interfaith really means being prepared to learn, being prepared to be surprised, keeping your heart open, and realizing that uh, there are other people that there are other people who also have faith in this world, and that you can learn from them, and you can be friends with them, and that people don't have to be fighting with each other over silly things, right? And that we have a lot more in common. Once we start to talk, once we open our hearts and we start to talk, we find that we have a lot more in common than we have to keep us apart.
Okay, that's so great. It's so great, Sanal. And to end this conversation, lastly, I'll